Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you're enjoying your weekends. Right, oh yeah, firstly, before I start, there you go. All epoxied in, okay. Epoxied me little handle in. It's all nice and it's comfy now. It's quite nice actually. Glad I've done it now. I wasn't too sure, but I'm glad I've done it. So I hope if any of you do have a go and do it, put some pictures up so I can see it. Be nice, you know.
Yeah.
Right, anyway.
Anything that we've made actually is
Yeah,
be
if
nice
you make
to
one,
see.
put some pictures up. It's nice
Yeah.
to see. Also, I've got a wire there just sticking out. Right, there we go.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to do a little natural edge bowl. Well, live. They say if the bark stays on, it's live. If it comes off, it's natural. Whatever. To me, it can't be live because it's dead as a door now. This. Right. I don't know whether this bark's going to stay on because I did put some glue in it. It's actually lifted a bit there. I don't know. I did do one. This is Cherry Almond. And I did do one yesterday and all the bark came off. So we're just going to have a little go with this. And we'll talk through a few bits as we go. We'll have a little bit of waffling. Right, now first off, because as you know, I normally do a recess and things like that. Now, I've got nothing on here at the moment. Now, because of the depth, the thickness of the bark, right, I've got there. And I don't know how good the wood is. I'd have to drill in quite a bit. If I put a worm screw in, I'm going to have to go quite deep with it. But the trouble with that, because this is so rounded, it's not going to sit on my chuck very well. So I'd have to score. You've got to do a lot of mucking about. For me, easiest way, I'm going to whack it between centres and get it started. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little foot on the bottom so I can hold it in my chuck, my SC1 chuck. Nice little one.
You remember?
Yeah, I've got to use that, make it work, because I told Lisa I've got to have that. I needed it. So I've got to use it. Right. So I'm going to mount it on there, turn it around, put it on there, and then I'm going to do a big recess in there, which is going to take my shark jaws. That's going to hold it while I do some cuts on the outside. We might do a few more sort of little aggressive cuts and see how we get on with that. Right, like I've said before, this is for all your new turners, the ones that have been following and that do email me and learning and are happy and want to know other bits and want to get on with their other tools, not just the carbide. This is for you. You experienced turners, nothing here. You already know all this stuff. You don't need me to tell you. Okay, you're already set in your ways. So, well, I don't need no chuck keys. I don't know what I'm looking up there for. Right. Okay. So, this is how I do it. Okay. Right. I'm just going to put that very gently. And what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to put my tool rest there. I'm going to turn this and see. Very slightly tight, but that's all right. I can go with that. Right, but I can see by the bottom, I'm slightly squiff. So, what I'm going to do is loosen that, bring it over a fraction, tighten it back up. Not quite straight. Bring it tiny little bit more. It's only like 1/2 mil. Sometimes you need to do it. Well, I'm going to tighten it down and see what it does. That's fairly close. That's not too bad. That's fairly close. Right, okay, tighten down, and I'm between steb centres. I've got 2 steb centres. Now I know I've got the bark on here, but I'm not going to be going over mad. I'm basically pretty much going to straight away put a foot on here so I can turn it round. And that's all I'm doing. This is just a way that it can save you having to do it other ways. Actually, hang on 1 second. That's the high side there. That's the high side there. No, I'm going to come this way a bit, otherwise I'm going to lose too much bark. Sorry, I'm not ready yet. I'm going to just come this way. I need to come completely this way. That's it, there. Otherwise, I think I'm going to lose too much on one side. That's the low, that's all right. Right. Got to come that way a bit now as well. I shouldn't have played about with it, should I? I should have just left it where I was. You start playing, and that's when it all goes Goes wrong. Right, now let's have a look. Right, yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll go with that. Right, just make sure it's straight. Let's get that a little bit straighter. There we go. Right, that's better. Right, now tighten that down, tighten that up. Everything's tight on between centres. Right, I'm gonna turn my speed down at first. Nothing's touching. Get my face shield over here. Ready? Right, that's all looking good. Right, we'll get some little bit of speed up. Not going to go mad. Right now, easy one for this. 14mm carbide chisel. And I'm going to come straight in on the bottom. Right, hang on, I'm going to stop. And I'm going to do my zip up because that's all good going down my neck. Right, okay, back here. Need about that size. Right, take another little cut. Nice smell to it, this wood.
I can smell the almond.
Yeah. What am I smelling now? I've got my face shield on. Right. Okay, that's a bit done with the square chisel. Now, I have my little tool, like I said. It's just 2 bits of saw blade. I welded them together. And then I've got the angle on there, which matches my jaws. Give or take a gnat's fart. Right, okay. So that's all I wanted to do. Bit of fluff on there, don't matter, that's going to be inside the jaws. That's not the bottom, that's not the finished bit. Okay, I just want enough to get hold of so I can put a tenon on the other side. Actually, I think I've done a big one on that last time, didn't I?
It's a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Oh well, never mind. I could have just gone straight on with the big one. So I'm going to take that off. My little chuck on. My new chuck key. Oh, that's comfy. That's nice and comfortable, that is, isn't it? Right, okay, so now, yeah, I forgot actually, it was the bigger jaws I used. But right, okay, I think I've got that. It's a nice little chuck, this one, I tell you. Yep, I definitely recommend it. It's a nice little chuck. Right, okay, we've got that. So now I'm going to turn this round. I'm just going to make some nice, gentle, easy cuts with the parting tool. Okay, I'm going to take my step centre out. I'm going to move that out, tailstock out of the way, so I won't be needing that no more. Right, now, first off, let's start it up. We've got it at the same speed, nothing's changed. I'm over here, so I've got the tool resting between me and the wood, and the wall's there, and if it comes off, it hits the wall. Okay. Right, parting tool. Now, I know roughly where that is. Well, I don't actually. Let me have a look. Here. I know I want this second one here. Okay, so if I go there, that's roughly it. Can't put a pencil mark on it because it's dark.
So it's a nice gentle cut. Like I say, if it comes off, it comes off, but it shouldn't do. Just getting rid of the bark. Right, okay, let's go in. Take your time, a little bit at a time. Remember, we're only on that small little foot. Okay, it's only it's only about a 3 mil foot on that, because I don't want to take too much off the bottom, see? So I've only just got hold of it, but it's enough. And I ain't got to take all this middle bit out at the moment, because that's going to go inside my jaws. Right, I'm just going to see if I'm down far enough past all the bark. Right, I'm down. Right, the bark is just there. I'm just below the bark there, so that should be all right. I'm going to go a little bit more. See, it doesn't matter how far I go, because I'm going to hollow this. So this is all coming out anyway. So what I'm doing now is just saving me a little bit later. So I'm going to go fraction deeper. Right, that's that. And now I'm going to come in with my little tenon tool and recess tool. And that's going to give me my dovetail. There we go, that's done. Right, that's done. So now that comes out of this chuck. Yeah, see, I was only on a tiniest little one there, so just enough to get hold of, so I could do that. Okay, because I haven't got a drill bit that big. Right, and that's why I couldn't have done that if I didn't have this chuck. That's why it was so important that I bought this chuck.
Yes, darling.
As well as all the other ones I've got. Right, now I can get this chuck on. Right. And that's where we're going now. So now we're going to have hold of it. Right. We're in there like that. Okay, we've got it. Now we can do whatever we want with it. That ain't going nowhere. Right, okay. And now what we'll start doing, we'll do a little bit of shaping. Right, so for that, I'm going to use, you stay back there for a minute if you want. If you, right, so that I'm going to be using, I've got a 40-degree grind on this one. It's not a 40-40 chisel, okay, but it has a 40-degree grind. That gives me a little bit more aggression. But with this one, I won't be coming here and pulling around here. This is for push cut, okay? This works better on a push, not a pull. So I will be coming here and I will be coming around on this. And this can take quite aggressive cuts. A 40, I do have a 40-40, but unfortunately it's on this chisel, okay? Which this chisel is just a little bit on the large side for this bowl, okay? This is my 3/4. This is 3/4 inch chisel. This one. This is a big one, okay? It's actually 22 mil that bar, and then I do actually have. If they get really argumentative, then I have my. That's an inch thick bar. Okay, that has a 50-degree grind on it. Yeah, they're for my big bulk. They're not so much for big cuts, but what you find, if you get a bowl, and even not much bigger than this, and it's really out of shape and bumpy, with this, I'll take a smaller cut with this as I will with this, but it's got so much stability that I'll get no bouncing, no nothing, and I can come round and it's just, they're nice. That's why I still have these. I don't use them so much now. I don't wet turn or anything like that. I don't have to rough down 50 bowls in a day anymore or anything like that. So, right, now then, we're going to come round, do a bit of shaping. I'll come up so far, I'll take a little cut in the top because I'll try not to push the bark off. So I don't want to follow right through, but then I want to take that one shape and keep that one going. And what we do is we'll see what it looks like with the push, because not always will the push cut give me the best finish. Okay, I might need to come in and shear cut, and that way we'll go through how we do a proper shear cut. Because as I say, the way the grain's going. While we're talking about grain, now I'm sorry, I'm going to waffle now. Sorry to do this to you guys. I know you're not school children, and this has all been done before, okay, by lots of people. But the best way to actually explain about doing the grain is with the old straws, okay, because that is your grain. So at the moment that wood is like that, and that is the way all the fibres are going. Okay, they're all going that way. End grain, it would be that way, and that's why. So when you do side grain, you are always best to do a push cut, and when you do end grain, a pull cut, because when you push, when you take that middle bit out, all the fibres will be unsupported. So if we push that down there, and then as you're going in, you're doing that, you're pushing fibres out. Okay, when you're hollowing on side grain, then you want to come in here, because obviously when you get to the middle, I don't know how it happens, but that side's already done. So I only have to do one side. But no, it's serious, guys. When you come down to the middle, you're keeping your cuts smooth. If you pull, what'll happen is you'll come in and you'll cut into the fibres here, which will start to lift the fibre here. Then you've got to match it with this one and match it with that. And so don't try not to pull cut, okay? I see so many people, when they hollow a bowl, they'll leave this cone down the centre for stability, but it doesn't do anything. Because if you think about it, once you cut there, this bit in the middle isn't supporting anything. The only thing that's still supporting the bowl is the next layer down that you haven't cut through. So if you cut down, like they do a trough, and you cut down, you leave this big tunnel, and you think that's this big cone, and you think that's supporting the bowl, the sides. It's not, it's doing nothing. All it is getting in the way. And for a lot of you new turners, and I've seen it so many times, when you're coming down like that, and you're coming in, and you come in, and then your wing will catch that centre bit you got. Bang, there's a big catch. Or you come round and you've got to take that cone out, and you're pushing that way, so now you're pushing the wrong way. And besides that, you want to try and keep every cut the same way on your bowl. Every cut going from the outer to the middle on side grain, not end grain. Because you think, if I said to you, take that off that chuck, without under, you'd get it and you'd wiggle like that to get it off. You wouldn't just keep pushing it, would you? Because it won't come off. So when you go in and you take so many cuts that way, and then you take cuts this way, you're levering it. You're putting pressure. You'd be surprised how much pressure is, even though you're cutting nice and soft, still a lot of pressure going on that wood and moving it. So there you go. School's over. Right. Dinner break. But don't forget, see, I'm not like a teacher. You don't bring me an apple. Send me a piece of wood.
Yeah. All
Right.
goes towards the channel.
Okay, guys. So anyway, that's over. So what I'm going to do, some push cuts around here. A lot of people think push cut is the best on a bolt. Not always. Don't do this pulling around here, because you're going to don't scrape it. Don't get on that edge. Try and keep your cuts going in one way. Right. Okay.
Awesome.
We'll start that up. Make sure. I know it's all going to spin all right. Now it's nice and flat. Okay. Right. We'll get a little bit more speed up. Right, there we go. Right, and I'm just going to start. I'm going to cut. I don't do this pulling here. If you want to clean that bottom off, then just come in here and come this way. And you can clean your bottom off. If you want to clean it, come this way. Roll it there. Now there, I'm cutting I'm actually cutting on the top edge of the cutter there, but as you can see, because of the way it's ground, I'm actually cutting on a 45. So I'm actually cutting it, that's shear cutting. That's actually a shear cut, that, and you'll get a lovely smooth finish. If I go like this and come here, and I'm not even going to do it, when I come here and I pull this across, I can't have bevel contact because that would just be silly, and that's going to want to, I'll flute up and that's just going to dive in. So if I come here, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to be rubbing the wood over that, so I'm going to take my edge off, and that's a nice sharp chisel, okay? So if you want to clean the bottom, try and come in that way and push, or come that way and push. If you come this way and you start your cut here on the middle, there's no way it can grab, because it'll grab out here because there's a lot of wood moving. But here there's no wood moving, so you can't get any catches. You just come in, look, I can roll it, I can do whatever I want, it can't catch because there's no wood moving. Now if I did that, if I touch that and I move that like that out here, when I get there that's going to go bang. But you can do it here. So all I do is keep my bevel rubbing, and when I push, you can see I'm on the top of the cutter, I'm on the upside, I'm not on the bottom side. And I can get some nice shavings like that, okay, nice long shavings. If they're short, broken ones, you're scraping it. If they're nice long ones, you're cutting it. You get it smooth. Right, now, so I'm going to start here. Can't take too big a cut, but I'm going to start here, roll it, and I'm going to push back. Now, because the way I'm cutting, I'm coming around, I'm cutting on the bottom now. So I went from there to get a shear cut, and I'm on the top of the cutter there, top of the grind there, right, top of my chisel. I'm now cutting on this lower part here, okay, so that would be about 5 to 12 or about 11 o'clock, something like that. Right, so nice slow cut, just coming off the edge there. Flute's going where I want it to go. Okay, so I'm going to come in again, take another cut. Just pressure down. Don't put your finger on the tool rest. Okay. Look, these are the shavings we get. Look. Don't put your finger on the tool rest. You don't want to restrict the flow of the chisel. Okay. All you want is downward pressure, like that. Nice slow cut. If it feels like it's going to grab, just back your cut off a little bit. Just if it feels like it's going to start to grab, just move your handle towards the centre of the bolt. It'll lessen the cut. If you want a deeper cut, move the handle towards you. Or if you want to change the shape. Right, I'm only coming up to it because I don't want to burst out the end. Right, okay. It's not too bad on that shape. What I'm going to do first now, let's just take that little giggle off, because I played about there, didn't I? Right. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a little recess in the bottom of that. And what size do I want? I think I can go for that one because I want... No, I'm not going to go for that size. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to use my small SCH1 chuck. It's so lucky I got that SCH1 chuck, I tell you. That was so lucky I got that chuck.
Otherwise you wouldn't have been able to do that.
No, I wouldn't be able to do this. Right, I'm just going to get a little measurement on my jaws. I didn't know what they were. Oh, hang on, let's go for a mil. Right, hang on. Right, okay, so I need 40. I know what it is. Why am I measuring it? It's a 40mm recess. I know it's a 40mm. So I want 20mm out from the centre. Okay, so right, that's going to be my recess, and that I'm going to have a little foot there. Okay, because when I hollow, I'm not going to go over aggressive with my cuts. Hopefully we won't get no catching, so we shouldn't get any worries about it coming off. So I should be able to have a nice neat little recess. So I'm going to come in with a parting tool, get my recess done now. Right, that's deep enough. I don't want to go no deeper than that. Actually, I'm going to just take. While I'm here, be rude not to. Tool rest is a little bit high. Come down. This is my parting tool. I can scoot it over to one side. Get a nice little finished cut in there. Right, okay, so now I want to go over to my little tool to put a dovetail in there. Okay, and that's all it is. And I'll put a tiny little line on there, so I'm just gonna come across there. Right. And I'm gonna put a couple of little rings in there, just so it's something there. And then with my spindle, I'm just going to clean up that edge. Like so. A tiny little bump there. There we go. Right. That's that bit ready, okay? Now I want to finish my round, so I need to now move my tool rest round. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to slightly in there, like that. That's going to give me a little foot. So I'm not quite right with my tool rest. Because I've got this, oh sorry, my dust extractor's just catching it. Okay, that's what I want to do. Now I want to pick up my cut here, just off that foot. So right. And now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to touch. Right, okay, let's have a look. What we've got. Oh, hang on, I've still got quite a bit to go there. Right, I'm not up there yet. Got a lovely finish here, no torn grain. Okay, still got to refine that foot, which I'm going to do in a minute, so I'm not worried about that. It's the wrong chisel to do that with at the moment. Okay, but I can come in there, so don't worry about that. Right, I've got a little bit more to go yet. I've still got flats there, so let's get back round. I'm going to have to take another cut. So actually I might just come in here, tidy up that bottom, just where that foot is. That's it. Right, so I want to pick my cut up here. So bevels rubbing, turn it on, and I want to pick it up, so I'll keep the same. Deeper cut. Right, let me have a look and see if I've got it. I think I'm gonna have it when I come through there, but I'm going to come out the side here. Okay, got a bit of a ridge there, but that's all right. Right, I'm finished with this chisel now. I'm done. All that was to do was to give me that. If I was just roughing it out and I didn't have the bark on there, I'd just come round and 2 or 3 cuts that would be shaped. But now I'm going over to another chisel, which has got my 60 degree grind on, okay, and a swept edge, and I'm now going to get this bit off and finish this bit. But I'm going to do that by coming this way. Right, I'm going to lower my tool rest down a bit because I don't want that bark to break out, and I can very quickly bring this all down. Sorry, my tool rest handle's in my way. I've got to put it over that side. Right, I've got that. Kept that bark there at the moment. Right, okay, so we're off that edge there, so we're okay. Bark stayed on all right. Not too bad a shape. Right, so now got these few ridges because I had to pick up the cut again and come round. So now I'm just going to come round here with a shear cut, okay. Little bit of tear out there, but that is because, like we said with the straws, because I'm going down that way, all the fibres here are unsupported, so I'm going to push them out. I want to come this way, so all the fibres are supported by the longer ones underneath. So you come around that way. So now I'm going to do the shear cut, but come that way. So now, to shear cut it, so I've got to get that handle that side, we've got to drop our rest down. Okay, now our tool rest height for cutting is up here on centre, okay? But I can't get a shear cut round there because I'm going to be too high up here. If I come here and I come round, that's not a shear cut, that's a shear scrape. It's scraping it. To shear cut, drop your tool rest down. Still too high. And I'm just doing this so you can see exactly where I'm going with it. I'm right down here at the moment. Let me just check. Nope, that's still no good because look how far above centre my cutting's going to be. I'm going to be up there. So, I'm still a bit too high. Right, there we are. Now we're down near to the bottom of the bowl. Okay, my tip is probably near enough an inch. I might still be a little bit high, but I'll adjust that if I need to. Tool resting nice and close. Get it spinning up. And we're going to try and get this shape here now. So I've got that bit. Might still be a little bit high. I've got to change hands because I'm going up against my wall. And my tool rest. Sorry. Bring it round there a bit. Actually, I'm going to take it just a fraction lower. It's still a little bit high for me. Right, that's better because now I can get the tool rest underneath the curve of the bowl, see? So I can get it close. Now I'm right, look, this is where I'm set at. I'm right down here. But when I've got my handle down as low as I can go, I'm cutting on centre. Right, got to come up, maybe a fraction. There we go. Right. Let's have a look, see if we've got the bumps out. Right, there you can see there's no torn grain at all. Torn grain's gone. Very, very tiny bit, right up on this top edge. It feels actually a bit soft there, but never mind, we should be able to clear it. Right, I've got a very, very slight bump just there. You can't see it, but I can feel it. So we'll get that out. And I'm all right now. I'm just going to tidy that foot up a little bit as well while I'm at it. So, well, actually, I'll finish straight first because I can't do that until I bring my tool rest back up. So, right, tool handle right the way down, come round again. Pump's still there. That's it, right, I've got a very little one just there. That's going to be better if I can get it with this hand. Just keep going till you get them all out, guys, because look, you're taking this off. You're not reducing your bolt size. You're really taking the finest bit, you're just taking that off. It's like you're sanding it with your chisel. There we go, that's it. Right, okay. So if you want to do shears, look, this is where I am on the bowl, okay? We'll stop that. Right, for me to get that shear scrape, I am actually, my tip is actually 1 inch below centre. Is where I've gone. But when I come up here, I'm actually cutting above centre when I've got it in the correct. And that great, look, torn grain, all gone, all gone. We've got no torn grain there. Okay, so now I'm going to address that little foot there. So tool rest back up, and I'm going to do that with my spindle gouge. And all I'm going to do, don't come in with it and try and get slice. There, that's all I have to do is that little slice. There, that's it. So don't try and come in like this or go like that. Just get your chisel there and literally slice like you're cutting it with a knife. Slice it in. Right, I suppose I should do some sandpapering, shouldn't I? You would like to watch that. Right, found my dust extractor because I had this on the end, which helps to stop any of the big, like when you get big bits like this coming off, stops that going down. But the trouble was, just that was restricting the flow. So I wasn't getting all my sawdust going up there. So I had to take it off. A lot better now, it's got good suction to it. Right, the 180 grit paper. Turn that down to fraction. Yeah, it's going to be a long video. No. Yeah. It's probably going to be a long video. Although saying that, you guys might want a wee break. So if I do the outside of it, and then I'll pause it and do a second video to do the inside. That way you can all have a wee break if you want. Yeah? Yep, okay then.
Randy said yeah.
Using the 180 grit paper right now, I'm going to go over to do some of these. 320. $400. Right, that's it. And now with that, have a look. Yep, no torn grain on there. Lovely and smooth. Right, with that, turn that off. I'm gonna put a bit of oil on this. I'm not putting a wax finish on it. I want an oil finish. We'll see what that looks like. And this will show me if I've got any torn grain or sticky up grain or anything like that. Quite a nice colour actually.
Yeah.
Seems to pop it out a bit.
It's got a lovely smell to it as well when you're cutting it. I smell the almond.
Right, there you go, guys. I didn't spend a lot of time on sandwich. You see this. There's no torn grain. That's just the patterning on the wood there. It's got like a little bit of spalting at the top of the wood there. And there, that's it. No torn grain. No tool marks. No bumps. Okay. No tool marks. No burnish marks. First, it's sucking it in on this end grain. I can see that. Right, and now we're gonna hollow that in part 2, and I've literally got 1.5 mil. So I've got a 1.5 mil dovetail, and that's what we're going to hold it on to hollow this. Okay, and we'll see how we go. I will see you in part 2.
Okay.
Toodle pip.
Bye guys.